Greetings, brave traveler, and as always, I hope you're having a fan-frickin-tastic day. I'm Godoflulz Gaming, and in today's video, we'll be taking a look at the Lurker below fight from the Elemental Shaman PoV, aka my PoV. This is the second episode in my PoV series, and will be the format in which the rest are presented. The purpose of this series is to showcase my PoV, as well as my learning process from week to week and how to improve my own gameplay. The hope is that you may get some value out of it, whether it be seeing flashy shaman crits or ways to improve your gameplay as well. So with all that said, let's dive right in.
Energy. Power. My people are addicted to it. A dependence made manifest after the Sunwell was destroyed. Welcome to the future. Do not get too comfortable. My demise accomplishes nothing! The Master will have you! You will drown in your own blood! The world shall burn! Ah!
Okay, so they started fishing. They got it very quickly. So, we're right into it. We got our totems down. We start our opener, we come up with Lust and Drums and Elemental Mastery and our Trinket with our Racial, and we start pumping. I got a partial resist right out the gate. How unfortunate is that? But we are soaring in the meters for a minute. We start getting critties. You know, the things that we love. One quick tip I will recommend, and you will see it later in the fight. If you are on a caster platform like this, I would definitely not recommend standing all together in a tight little stack. The reason why is because he will randomly spout your group, not the main spout, but a mini spout that will knock your entire group up if you're all stacked together like that. So if you have extra range and you're a caster, be the person that stands back just a little bit to the right or the left, doesn't matter. If there's a couple of you that don't have ranged talents to increase your range, well, then you can stand together on the end of this platform. I, however, only have 1 point in Storm's Reach, so if I do stand back, I won't be back far enough to not get splashed, but it is what it is. So we're doing the big crits. We're in the phase 1. There's not a lot going on here other than the melee whirlwind, but that doesn't affect us, and the occasional ranged knockback that we don't see yet, at least not until the next phase. So at the moment, we're just dodging spouts. So quick tip for spout, you'll kind of see it, and I'll jump right now. It's past that other platform. I get in a whole cast in that time before it passes me, then it passes me, and I jump back up. I take about 3,000 to 4,000 damage in that time. It's not a big deal. The healers can generally just do a low mana cost heal on you, and you'll be just fine. We have a shaman on our platform that just chain heals the group, so it's pretty chill. We had a little bit of debacle, which one was the left and which one was the right. There, as you saw, I started to attack one, and then they CC'd it. So we figured it out, we got on it, but the mistake that I'm making right now is I am hard-face tanking the Coilfang Ambusher. I highly recommend that you don't ever do this. Don't be lazy, just move to the middle of the platform. I lost about 2 to 3 casts there, just by being a silly Billy. You know, it is what it is. So the next Coilfang Ambusher, what I did there is I actually started to try to look for another mob to hit, and then we do this last. But I'm not face tanking this one, and I'm not getting all my casts cancelled, which is quite nice. If you're running low on mana at any point, you can face tank them a little bit just to like get your water shield procs or whatever, but be very cautious because by the time you need that, it's probably towards the end of the fight and your healers are probably running pretty limited, so you have health stones and things like that on the ready. So we go back in with the drums, trinket pop, cooldowns, dodge the spout. I did not get my cast in there. I failed to do so. Should do so, definitely, for sure, without a doubt. Sneak in a cast while you're in the water. It's just a lost globo, and lost globals equals less DPS. I'm not like a super min-max crazy person, but like all I want to do is improve my gameplay so I can be the best example for you guys and for my guild. I am an officer in my guild, so I want to always be the most optimal I can be. So it does kind of matter to me, but at the same time, it's 15-year-old or 16-year-old content at this point. It's really not too difficult. I mean, there are some fights that are hard for the mechanics that are in this game, right? Like Lady Vash, for example, is one of the hardest fights in all of the expansion, really. But we're back into it. We're still pumping. Again, the casters are stacked tight. We will get knocked back for this. It happens as a group, and it doesn't need to happen. You can get 1 or 2 people knocked back at a time if you just spread out a little bit. There's no reason not to. But we are getting some nice critties. There it is. That's the knockback I was talking about. You can avoid all getting knocked back if you just use the edges of the platform a little bit more. So we know which one we're going for this time, which is nice. So we're going to pop right away. We're going to start pumping on it. However, I'm making the mistake again, guys. I'm standing in melee. I realize it, though, on this one, and I back up a little bit. Keep in mind, while I'm doing this, I'm streaming. So in like these downtime intermissions where there's no real fear of me dying or anything, I'll just kind of like look at chat and interact with chat. We'll be talking. I don't have my camera up for these because I was recording the POV videos, but I'm still interacting with them. So if there's any weirdness, that's why. If you see me move weird, yeah, you can pretty much attribute it to the fact that I'm talking to people. But yeah, so we are nearing the end of the fight. If any of this was helpful, please make sure you hit the like button before you go. It means the world to me. All of the support that we've gotten thus far has been immensely positive. And for me, like, this is all I've ever wanted to do, and I kind of just started doing it not that long ago. So every little bit of support just makes my day. It really makes my day. So yeah, so we're back into it. We popped our drums, we popped our cooldowns, we're doing our thing. We're still stacked up like a bunch of weird casters that don't do what they're supposed to do, but whatever. I highly recommend that you just do a slight spread here, because see, we got our spout thing again right there. We don't need to all get hit by that. That's all I'm saying. Notice how far back the warlock can be, right? Like, he's still in chain heal range, but also like not stacked super tight, which is the way to go. So we kill the boss without any real difficulties other than the 2 people that died. If you die in this fight, it's really because you're not paying attention, and or your healers stop healing for some reason. I don't know why they would, but sometimes things happen when you're a healer. I don't know. But yeah, so that's it. That's the fight, and we'll see you in a second. This concludes my POV of the Elemental Shaman in the fight Lurker below. If you liked what you saw and thought any of this was helpful or entertaining, please be sure to smash the subscribe button to follow this series and other guides and funny moments from my stream as well. Speaking of streaming, if you want to stop by and let me know your thoughts on this video, or to see me play Elemental Shaman live, stop over at twitch.tv/Godoflulz. I stream 4 nights a week, Monday through Thursday, and I raid on my Shaman 8 to 11 p.m. EST. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, farewell.